Oi, I dedicate this song to Tiny Grey. You mad Maori motherfucker. I hope you hear this, man. From wherever the fuck they got you locked up. Oi, oi. His name's Tiny, a one-man party, armed with a carton and passing the yandi. And he can't be stopped. His heart beats from the dark streets of Oz to the palm trees of New Zealand. His true feelings he tried to conceal, but clearly this dude's healing. He's through dealing with pricks who leave him feeling like shit. He's sick of stealing, but do feel us to quit. So he moved like a lonely nomad, roaming the globe with his smokes and no map. If he could go back knowing what he does, he'd work harder and he'd show his brother love. He'd have enough by now to have a house in town with 4 beds and Corvettes to get around in. If the mountain won't come to Muhammad, he can hitch a ride with Kiwi as he jumps from the summit. And as they plummet to the planet like a fireball, Muhammad would be panicking while Tani was having a ball. Bro, life is what you make of it. If you're in prison and you're feeling horny, take a dick. Nah, just playing, kid, you know my sense of humor. You know I smiled whenever you mentioned Buttah. Oh hell, you better be laughing, you might be in a cell. I'm in a shitty apartment. My brother, creeping through streets beneath the night's cover. My brother, carting the heavies followed by a light supper. My brother, you just can't stay out of trouble, you silly motherfucker. My brother, stay strong, it won't take long, we're singing the same song. He's a warrior, but he wouldn't bother ya unless you fuck with him. Then he'd probably clobber ya, he'd leave you sorrier than the officer, you big cunt, whenever they tried stopping ya. When I opened my front door, this cunt roared and punched a wall like he'd come from a pub brawl. He'd been up all night on the piss again, fighting in the streets and hitting them, but missing friends. He was partying these last few months with his workers' comp, but now he's on his last few bucks. His car was fucked, he stuffed the pistons, doing broadies in the street screaming, fuck the system. But just listen, once he's pissed, he talks a lot of shit, but he touched on wisdom. Inspired by a statement and guided by the ancients, surviving on a diet of fried chips and bacon. Now he's waiting for things to change again, it'll get better, the only question's when. And he won't be kept again. If you're arrested, your head's the best defense, unless by chance you're arrested for another crime. Assaulting an officer will have you doing double time. Day by day, play your part. You can't break the bars, so make your mark. My brother, creeping through streets beneath the night's cover. My brother, carting the heavies followed by a light supper. My brother, you just can't stay out of trouble, you silly motherfucker. My brother, stay strong, it won't take long, we're singing the same song. The parking lot, it's late, it's dark, there's parts on his car that'll break apart. So he started swinging punches after the scuffle, shattered his windscreen and half of his knuckles. Then he headed home just as I was getting stoned, bleeding heavily from the head, so I fed him cones. And I listened to how they started it, gripping a spliff full of medicinal marijuana. It diffused the situation, but the bruising on his face meant he was losing concentration as the dude began to pace. He grew silent, soft-spoken and smiled the way a child would, stood up and exploded in a violent rage. This guy was in pain, but he'd only ever let himself cry in the rain. And the only thing that ever stopped him grabbing a gun was the memory embedded in him. He had a son. He had a son. He had a son. He had a son.